My name is Ben Shirley. I'm a musician in Atlanta, Georgia. I play the cello, other string instruments, kind of generally straddle lots of different styles of music, like classical and rock, jazz, experimental music. When I was a senior in college, I studied abroad for a semester in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And as soon as I got there, I realized I was just having a completely transformative experience. The transformation really occurred, I think, for me, or like what was like when I could really engage with it was when I met some musicians. I made friends with this guy, Mariano, who was in one of my classes at UBA. He loved like Smashing Pumpkins, Nirvana, Hole, and all of these kinds of bands from like the 90s. You know, like sort of alternative rock, right? Which interfaces pretty closely with rock nacional, I think, the style and all that. So their band was playing and they invited me to come play. It was a really cool experience, and you know, I will like never forget that, like playing a whole song in like the suburbs of Buenos Aires in a backyard, you know. My perspective on rock nacional is that it's got like maybe the true spirit of rock music that like was lost. It's got this like amazing power to pull people together. So much of, I feel like, rock nacional still has like a very clear Argentinian attitude and flavor to me. They'll mix in like a tango beat against like basically something that sounds to me like, you know, Nirvana. My main musical projects in Atlanta have been a band that's called Faun and a Pan Flute. And we're a large ensemble that has marimba, saxophone, tuba, and then like kind of more standard rock instruments. Someone described it once as an experimental noise orchestra, which I think was like one of the best descriptions I've ever heard of it. We have like some of the aesthetics of like rock music, some of like experimental jazz, as well as classical music. When I lived in Washington, D.C., I played in a really cool kind of like hybrid Brazilian with some other Latin music influenced band, and I played cello and guitar in that, and that experience kind of really opened my eyes to a lot of new music that I had never experienced before. But I learned so much, you know, and one of the main ways I experienced that was going to shows, experiencing music. I mean, I saw some shows in Buenos Aires that still I have very clear memories of.